All right, with that, let's shift our focus now to UK, where the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, is delivering remarks in the House of Commons. His speech before the UK lawmakers focuses on the Mandelson affair. Remember, extremely controversial for the Prime Minister, the close ties between the former UK ambassador to the US, Peter Mandelson, and the late convicted sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein.
To allow ministers to make judgments on appointments or explaining matters.
There he is, Keir Starmer, UK's Prime Minister, speaking in the House of Commons. Take a look.
The recommendation in the Peter Mandelson case could and should have been shared with me before he took up his post. Mr. Speaker, let me make a second point. If I had known before he took up his post that UK SV recommendation was that developed vetting clearance should be denied, I would not have gone ahead with the appointment. Mr. Speaker, let me now move to September 2025, because events then and subsequently show with even starker clarity the opportunities missed by Foreign Office officials to make the position clear. Mr. Speaker, on September the 10th, Bloomberg reported fresh details of Mandelson's history with Epstein. And it was then clear to me that Peter Mandelson's answers to my staff in the due diligence exercise were not truthful, and I sacked him. I also changed the direct ministerial appointments process, so full due diligence is now required as standard. Where risks are identified, an interview must be taken pre-appointment to discuss any risks and conflicts of interest, and a summary of this should be provided to the appointing minister. I also made clear that public announcements should not now be made until security vetting has been completed. Mr. Speaker, in light of the revelations in September of last year, I also agreed with the then Cabinet Secretary, Sir Chris Wormold, that he would carry out a review of the appointment process in the Peter Mandelson case, including the vetting. He set out his findings and conclusions in a letter to me on the 16th of September. He advised me in that letter, and again I quote, "The evidence I have reviewed leads me to conclude that appropriate processes were followed in both the appointment and the withdrawal of the former HMA Washington." When he was asked about this, Mr. Speaker, last week, the then Cabinet Secretary was clear that when he carried out his review, the Foreign Office did not tell him about the UK SV recommendation that developed vetting clearance should be denied to Peter Mandelson. I find that astonishing. As I said out, Olissi, I do not accept that I could not have been
That
told
is, of course, UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer trying to convince not just British lawmakers but citizens as well, as far as the controversial Peter Mandelson saga is concerned. He is, of course, saying that he wouldn't have appointed him if he knew beforehand that he was related to Jeffrey Epstein. Of course, the opposition refuting that claim.